Gareth, what are your thoughts on being the 2022 recipient of the Legends of Football Award?
Well, I was reluctant and embarrassed at the start.
Why?
Because I think when you're in the job I'm in, you're hoping for a start, we're going to be there a bit longer. And of course, I look at people who've won the award in the past and some of the things they've won and the trophies they've won. And I know all of us in football always want to have won more and feel you should have done more. But yeah, I mean, it's an illustrious company to be within. So I'm very proud and honoured to have been recognised. But I'm also conscious there's a lot more I want to still achieve in my career.
How much are you looking forward to this year? Because it's an unusual year with a World Cup in the winter time.
Yeah. Well, it's firstly a brilliant challenge for us because we're now at a point where the team have got to a certain level. There's more expectation, but there's also more evidence for the team that we can do well. And now we're really focusing on what are the small details that can take us from a team that's really competitive to a team that can win in the biggest games. And we know we've still got a step to take to beat the best of the rest consistently. And of course, you're balancing that with we're still 10 months away and the end of one season and the beginning of a next. So form and fitness is going to fluctuate a lot over that 10-month period. If we had to play tomorrow, we've got half a squad missing potentially. So it's about remembering actually there are things we want to get right for March and for the summer, which are important building blocks for us. But also we've got to pace ourselves, almost pace the team across the year to peak at the end of the season.
From your experience of those previous two tournaments though, how confident are you that you're in the right place and you can take that final step?
Yeah, I think the team are improving, gaining more experience, not only as a collective, but individually with clubs of playing in big matches. And, you know, form in the league is important. Form and performances in the big matches in the league, even more important. And then in those, you know, cup semi-finals, finals with their clubs, you learn more about the players in those moments that correlates to the big England nights, because it's about performing under the most extreme pressure and intensity, and you do learn more about the players in those moments. So they're the things we're assessing more and more. Can people stand up in an England shirt? Have they got the psychological resilience to really thrive and perform on those big nights?
The players themselves now find playing for England under your tenure a lot more comfortable. They find the shirt perhaps doesn't weigh so heavily on their shoulders.
Well, I think winning matches helps that, and you know, I'm very conscious. I really enjoyed my time playing for England and all of the managers I played with, and you know, I inherited a team that the start of the togetherness and the young players coming through, Roy gave a lot of those guys their debuts, and when we took over, nobody complained within the camp about the atmosphere in the camp. But I think we've been able to build on that, and of course, I think what had started to happen was that we'd lost a bit of belief in what might be possible, and players were almost as worried about being the one to be at fault for a key goal or a key moment that might cost the team the result. And you know, we've tried to affect that mindset a bit and say, look, you can't do anything about the last 30, 40 years, that's not your fault, but what you've got is an opportunity to make a difference and be the first to break through a load of barriers, and let's see what we might go and achieve. And I think having that challenge rather than the fear of what might go wrong is the approach we've tried to take.